Two things before I start. Please excuse the meow balloons. They aren't normally there. That was for my cat's first birthday party. And second, I am currently quarantined up at school, up at Millersville, um, in my off campus house, and I don't have a printer. And because of the university shutting down, I didn't have access to a printer, and couldn't go out to use a printer. So unfortunately, some stuff that is supposed to be in here isn't printed out, but I have them on my phone, like what I would have printed out and put in there, and I'll hold them up during this video. I hope that's okay. I'm sorry, and I understand if you have to take points off for it not being printed out. I just couldn't get to a printer to print it out. The second that I do get access to a printer, I will print it out because I think it'll be super useful to actually have this binder put together completely and have everything placed in there. So I hope you understand. And with that being said, I was not able to print out a picture of myself, so I just drew a picture. I hope that that is okay. So there is the picture of me on the front of the binder. Yeah, so I just made do with what I had. So here is the My Professional Learning Community. I hope you can see it. I can hold it up closer to the camera. And then it goes into my core strategy log, which we have right behind there, the core strategy logs from class. I don't know if you want me to go into specific detail. I'm sure you know, like, whatever. I don't really know exactly, so I'm just gonna explain like the gist of everything. End of course review. I didn't get a chance to print out, but I have a picture of it. Here is the end of course review that we filled out on that Zoom meeting. I would print that out and put it in there if I had a printer. And then same thing goes for some of the other pages. Application packet, along with resume template cover and language application. They are all, like, I have my resume and like that stuff in my phone that I wasn't able to print out or anything like that. I didn't get to do this one's CALP, C-A-L-P. I don't know if we discussed that in class or if I just missed the handout or if we ever went over it or not, but I don't have anything for that one. And then same for this, the linguistic talking points, parts of the brain and their functions, phonology. I didn't get that. I don't know if I missed an email or something, but I don't have those papers, so sorry about that. Federal guidelines, again, I have the picture of the federal guidelines that you gave us that I would traditionally print out and have in there with the 2 requirements for enrollment and like the whole thing that, like, you know, if they are homeless, they can still be enrolled in that school. So I have that form that we did on that Zoom meeting that would traditionally go there. And then here's those first 20 key days. I have that we filled out in class. And I do have that note up there that says, don't forget to call Dr. Himley. I will not. And then birdies and water buffaloes. I believe we didn't get to that in class. I remember you sending an email about that, so I don't have that. The Danielson framework. Have that here. Print it out behind there. Sorry, it's gonna hold hard to hold. The CHATS framework. I don't know what you wanted us to put in CHATS framework and CHATS unit. So behind CHATS framework, I had all of the handouts that you gave us about the CHATS unit. So like the issue of independence, and then I had like the mock lesson plan you gave us and that. And then, so that's all that's back here. All these papers here. And then totalparticipationtechniques.com. Behind that is the start of content reading strategies, starting with talking to the text, which I know you said take a picture of your book, print it out, and put it in there. Could not print it out. I feel like I'm just going to keep repeating myself with that, but here is a picture of talking to the text in my textbook. I just have an exclamation point, a heart, talking about community learning and some techniques, chalkboard splash. I think this is a picture of chalkboard splash. Concept mapping, I have the student sample right here about automobiles, poetry and content areas. We have found poems. I have the Follow the Drinking Gourd poem here. That's the Follow the Drinking Gourd poem. And then one future great teacher I will email to you because I remember you asking that to be emailed. And I don't have it printed out, but I have it here. Let's see. This is the future great teacher poem about like myself. So I will email, I'll attach that in the email. This is the Underground Railroad poem that we had. And then list group label, which also, sorry, that's here, the World War II thing we did. I wish I could have printed that out again. This one, Dissect, I could not find. Don't know if we ever did it or if I missed it or whatnot, so I'm sorry about that. I did text my group and ask what they had, and unfortunately nobody responded to me. They did respond about metacognition though, and said that that was one that we could excuse, that they all left that one blank as well, so I hope that's okay. And then personal organizer, didn't get a chance to print that out, but I do have a picture of my roommate's organizer. I was going to use mine, but it wasn't as organized as I thought it was, and I was a little embarrassed, so here's a picture of my roommate's organizer. She has it by broken down by month and then weeks, so she has a box and she can put everything that is due that week. Example of student strategy log. Also don't have that one printed out, but I did see that you said to Google it, find it online. So here's a picture of a student strategy log that I found. Because I didn't get a chance to print it out, I didn't get to fill it out, but I'm assuming like the student sample would be like, you know, the strategy they used for that activity. So I have that. And then now we're on higher order thinking here. Balance cards, K1, K2, K3, that's in here. I know you said there were supposed to be 2 of them. So I have both of them in here. I don't know if you can see that, but I do have both bounce cards in there. Quick draws. Here's this quick draw. Let me turn it this way. Sorry. There's quick draw. Historical role play. So for the historical role play, you said there was like a sign up sheet where you signed up, but that was the day that I left early because there was a propane leak in my house. Thank you for being understanding with that. So I didn't get to sign up for one, but I did one that I thought people probably didn't do. So I did Joan of Arc, and then I filled it out like I was role playing as Joan of Arc, and then I just filled it out like some interesting, like a little known fact is she had to dress like a man and like that sort of things, and thought it was interesting that even though she fought, she hated fighting, she thought killing was awful, whatever. So I did that historical role play. Unsent letters I have here. I actually used unsent letters in my chats unit, so what I did was I used the same sample from that. Like I did like I used a lesson from that, so that's this unsent letter here. Debate team carousel I have here, we did in class, and then now we're on assessment. So I have first language sample here. Total participation techniques. Start with the trust poem, which we have here from the one that we printed out. The TPT quadrants here. I have the ripple. Who can tell me, which I like that. I want to print that out actually, make it bigger to remind myself of that. Then movement we have here. TPT folders and boxes. I didn't know exactly what you wanted me to put behind there, but I kind of thought it was just sort of a little self-explanatory. So I don't have anything behind there. Like I understand, like, you know, giving them like a box of all the materials that they would need for like, you know, quick TPTs and stuff and such. Quick TPTs for early classrooms. Point it out, show me using your fingers. No prep, low prep. IQ cards, chalkboard splashes, things like that. Quick writes, have these quick writes from class. 3 in a row. I had nothing for 3 in a row. I don't remember doing that in class, so I'm sorry if I'm just missing it. Chalkboard splash. Chalkboard splash is one that I didn't get to print out, but I do have a picture of it. I can show. Where is it at? Chalkboard splash. Here is a picture of the in-class chalkboard splash. And then holdups, we have the legislative, judicial, executive branch holdups, the E, the J, the L, the little ones. And then I got ones from the website. True, not true, unable to determine. The ones from your website, I printed them out and have them in there. Appointment agendas here. I have the one that we actually use, and then I also printed out the one from your website just to have it as extra. Pause star rank. That is also another one that I didn't get a chance to print out, but I do have a picture of it. So this is what we did in the book, and I have it ranked. Quick draw is number 1. Whiteboard holdups is number 2, and think pair share is number 3. So I do, I'm going to show that again. I do have that. So you can see that I would have printed it out and put it there. And then we're on scaffolding, starting with theater of mind. I have that here. The Testament, that's when you read it, and we drew what was happening. Picture walk, another one that I didn't get a chance to print out, but here it is, doing like the hawks, you know, when we walked around, did the picture walk, so that would be there. And then we have this pictorial input chart of the bar now that you handed us out in class, so that's there. And then chats unit is I put it in the folder because it was the actual chats unit that we did and that we emailed to you and submitted. So that is that. Everything is in here that I've shown. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to print out some of that stuff that I really wish that I could have, and I'll definitely get to that, like, when things open back up. Maybe I'll run to Staples if it's open, or when we're allowed to exist again. So thank you. I hope that's okay, and I just wanted to say I really enjoyed making this, and I think it is going to be super useful, so thank you.